Hi everyone, Cordell here with 911 Rapid Response. On today's vehicle showcase, we're going to be going around yet another Whelen Carbide system that we've installed on a Tahoe. So we're going to start in the front. We're going to go around the entire vehicle and talk about the lighting that's on the vehicle, and then we're going to get into the functionality that we've equipped the vehicle with using the Carbide system. So starting at the front, you're going to notice here at the side for front warning, we have a Whelen 500 V series. What this light does is actually has an angled, there are two angled lights here at a 45-degree angle that protrude from this bubble. And what that does is provide red warning. Furthermore from that, we have takedown LEDs. And because we're using a carbide, we're actually able to flash the takedowns and flash the red, alternating in position 3. So you get red, white warning, you get red warning, and then you also get a left and right takedown as well out of this light head. Continuing to the front here, as we look at the front of the vehicle, the left and right sides mirror each other. So starting down low, we have the Whelen M4 mounted in the factory Tahoe fog light location. This Tahoe is an SSV Tahoe. So we have replaced that where there are no factory fog lights there from the factory. In the grille, we have the Whelen Ion V series, and then we have the Whelen Ion Duo. So what these lights are accomplishing here, in position 3 right now, we have red-white flashing out of our Ion Duo. And the Ion V series actually does have takedowns and a puddle light as well. We could flash the takedown and puddle light to the Ion V series. However, being we already have a significant amount of white warning to the front, we didn't want to overpower anything. So we have the red warning, red white warning, and that's simply mirrored on the opposite side as well. The factory wigwag flashers are enabled for the headlights and taillights on the Tahoe. As we come up to the roof of the vehicle, we're going to have the Whelen Liberty 2 Duo light bar, and this has an integrated infrared traffic emitter in it. So in the center of the bar, what that is your traffic preemption device built into the light bar itself, and it is infrared, so you do not see any type of strobing or anything emitted from the light bar. The bar is currently flashing in a red-white pattern for position 3. Now we're going to continue down one side of the vehicle. Again, we have that Whelen 500 V series like we talked about previously. We have the Whelen under mirror mount. Now this is equipped with the red warning and then a puddle light underneath as well. Nice graphics package installed here by the in-house graphics division of 911 Rapid Response, Mark.It Graphics. What the guys did here is they've done a imitation gold leaf pattern, and they can actually print directly on top of the vinyl material to give you this look. So you do, again, even with this type of application, you have no layering in the application of the vinyl itself. As we get to the rear fenders have the same Whelen 500 V series on top of the rear fenders as we do on the front of the vehicle. Coming to the rear now, for a rear warning, what we have here is Whelan's rear pillar mount, and these are the micron version. So what we have is a red, amber, red micron, same mirrored on the other side. We've flashed the factory equipped wigwag flasher in the Tahoe. And then down low, you're going to see the Whelen 500 V series appear again. So in the rear of the vehicle, all of these lights have similar functionality. Like I said, we'll get into that a little bit later, but you do have red warning, and then there is a takedown and puddle light feature as well. All right guys, as we open the rear hatch on the Tahoe, you're going to have Whelen Ion Duo in red amber grommet mounted above your head. So you have your microns to the left and the right. You have your 500 V series down low, and then you also have compartment lights here as well. All right guys, now we are looking at the Just Box.It in the back of this Tahoe. What we have done is we've sat down with the client and we have built exactly what they wanted per their requirements for the specific equipment they're going to house in the back of their vehicle. So what we have here is we have remote heads from their radio system. This vehicle actually employs the use of 2 main unit radios, each containing a remote head. So there are 2 remote heads here in the back and then 2 in the console. So we have their mics up here handy for them. The box itself takes up the maximum amount of space available in the Tahoe. Here in this drawer, you're going to notice we just have some storage. And the drawer to the left is actually going to be a whiteboard that will flip up and can be utilized. These are actually shelves that are adjustable, so the customer can actually raise or lower these depending what their specific use case is. And then here we have spots that you can secure your extinguishers in. Additionally, here we've installed the customer's Knox box to the back of the vehicle, so it's right there, handy and accessible for them. Now, looking at this box, you may be curious what it's constructed of. What we've done here is we've actually taken a typical box like we would build out of a premium plywood, and we've coated this with a PPC coating. PPC is a local company we work very well with, and this is a coating similar, although it is better than a Line-X or material like that is what it would most closely relate to. So this is a complete membrane covering over everything on the box. So you're not going to ever run into issues if you put your wet boots or wet gear into this organizer. It is not going to affect the wood at all. All right guys, here we are in the rear of the Tahoe. The box has built-in storage here as well. We currently have the rear seats folded down flat. So you have adjustable shelves here. They have a spot that houses their set of irons, and then you also have cone storage there as well. The cones are currently not equipped in the vehicle. Now we're in the driver's seat of the Tahoe, and we're going to be going over the console layout and equipment installed. So what we have here starting off is we have the Havas swing out dash mount, and this is installed, and we'll be actually mounting an iPad for the customer here with a Havas dock at a later date. So we've equipped it with the swing out dash mount. We have an adjustable TCB-7 here for their keyboard that will coordinate with the iPad. Running down the console, this is the Havas vehicle specific console. So this actually has a factory fitment and style to the Tahoe, so it completely surrounds the front of the dash. We have relocation ports for the factory media ports, so you retain your 2 USB, micro SD, and auxiliary port. We have added additional 12-volt normal power outlets into your top of your console. And then down and to the right, you're also going to retain the factory 110 outlet that comes in the Tahoe. So that all gets incorporated back into the console, so you get a factory look along with that factory utility that comes with the vehicle. Again, here we have the 2 radio heads we spoke about earlier. So there are 2 main units. They're actually mounted in the rear of the vehicle. And then the remote heads run up to the front and to the rear on the box. Now we get to the control head for the Carbide unit. We're going to go over this functionality in more detail a little bit later in the video. And directly below that, we have the PowerCall DX5200. So for Sirens on this vehicle, we have 2 siren speakers that are ran by the Carbide unit, and we have 2 siren speakers that are ran by the PowerCall unit. So what you can actually accomplish is multiple dual tone situations. Directly behind that, we have cup holders. And then off to the right side, we're equipped with a map pocket holder, so it's a handy place. If you have a clipboard or something like that, that will fit in this location. And then up here, we also have, move these mics that are on our magnetic mic clips. We have a dual USB port here. So one is a 2-amp charging port, and the other is a 1-amp charging port. The mag mics here, very secure. All right guys, now we're going to go over the functionality that we've equipped the vehicle with using the Carbide system. So the Carbide in this vehicle is being used to flash every single output to each light. So multiple functions can be programmed into this unit that you wouldn't typically be able to utilize. Starting off, this does use an OBD2 CAN port that communicates directly with the vehicle, so we can operate off of different functions as far as different doors being open, certain brake lights being activated, turn signals, and that kind of thing. Starting off, I'm currently in slide switch position 3. The vehicle, you may have noticed when we did the video, had red-white flashing. To accomplish that, we actually had to have the vehicle in neutral, because when you are responding and you're in position 3, as soon as you put the vehicle in park, you will automatically lose all of your white flashing, and that is how it was spec'd to be designed. This is to help reduce blinding anyone while on scene. Furthermore, we have our takedown, left alley, right alley. So our takedown is going to flood our dual color light bar because it is a true duo bar. So we're going to have all of our front red modules come on steady white. And in the front of the grille, you're going to have your Ion Duo turn steady. And then you're going to have the takedowns on the Ion V series turn steady, along with your M4s. Now we have a left alley and a right alley. I'm going to turn off the warning lights to give you a better chance to see this in the daytime. But if I depress the right alley, you're going to notice that we have the alleys on the light bar and then the takedowns on the 500V series activate. This will activate the puddle lights as well. So you get a takedown and puddle light activation. We have rear scene lighting, which what that activates is actually the 500V series is going to give you a takedown and a puddle light for when you're operating to the rear of the vehicle out of your command box. Then what we have also done is we've equipped an alternate flash pattern button. So you have your typical position 1, which is the rear of the vehicle. Position 2 brings in all other warning except for any white flashing. And then you have position 3, which is going to activate your white flashing. Now, the alternate button, what that does, will override everything. So when you do arrive on scene, it produces a very slow flash pattern throughout the entire vehicle. So it's a completely different setup of flash patterns. You can have multiple programs essentially in one wrapped into this control system. So right now we have a very slow pattern to just increase on-scene presence, but again, not blind or distract anyone. Next feature we have, using the Carbide system, I am actually able to read the light bar sensor in the light bar. So Whelan's light bar has a photocell that will detect automatically for you when it is daytime or nighttime. We are using that to trigger a low power mode on the control system. Through the Carbide, you can actually give every light on the vehicle a low power feature. So during nighttime operations, low power mode will automatically be activated when the light bar sensor tells the vehicle it's nighttime. And when you slide your position switch into position 2, it will automatically turn it off. During nighttime operations, it dims the lighting so drastically that you may not want to respond that way because it could be a safety hazard. However, then you can activate your low power when you're on scene, and again, increase on-scene presence without creating distractions or blinding anyone. Further from that, we have our ground light feature. So the vehicle is currently in neutral, and when I do place the vehicle into park, if I'm in position 3, I place my vehicle in park, I'm going to have my ground lights activate, and the white flashing and preemptor will stop automatically. Further vehicle features we've equipped this with is the piercer tone for when you are merging through traffic, or when you're going to be intersecting through an intersection. You can activate your piercer tone, and what that does, even with your lights flashing, creates a more rapid flash pattern to the lights directly in the front and direct sides of the vehicle. So anytime piercer is activated, you actually have a more rapid flash pattern to the front of your vehicle to help you with crossing intersections. When we turn the turn signal to the vehicle on, it's actually going to activate the center module on the Micron pillar mounts and flash it with the turn signal. So you're going to have that increased warning for turning. And when you depress the brakes, it's going to activate the top module steady red for increased brake presence as well. All right, guys, thanks for taking the time to go around this vehicle showcase with us, checking out all the features equipped on this Tahoe with the Whelen Carbide system. We really enjoy getting to showcase these vehicles and illustrate the features and functionality that can actually be equipped in these vehicles nowadays. Thanks, guys.